Okay, today I'm here in Maple Ridge, and it's actually called Silver Valley now, and this is where I'll start my cougar story. My parents had a house that my dad built approximately 1972, and it was right there where this big subdivision is now. I forget how many acres, like 5 acres, included those trees in the back. And it was the only house on that part of the block. There was another house further up the hill, and there was one farm on this side. Anyway, my story as I was a teenager at the time, and you can see that big maple tree in the back. That's still there. That was in the backyard, and it was virgin forest all the way up, straight up for hundreds or thousands of miles. Not as it is now. It's all developed. So, and they tore my parents' house down. It's missing. It was a very nice house. My dad spent a huge amount of time doing a stone fireplace. Anyway, before my parents built here, there used to be a mill here. I assume a sawmill. And there were still remnants of it when I was a kid. And this used to be a farm here with cows on it. Where I'm standing is now a park. So you can see a community little playground park. So naturally, with the mill on it, this was called Mill Street. And I notice now they've even changed the name to 229B or something of the sort, to make it totally anonymous. Anyway, this is a true story, and that's why I'm telling it. It's my cougar story. I never saw a cougar while my parents lived there. I had gone off to university, but I visited a lot, and used to come for campfires, barbecues, wiener roasts, stuff like that. Anyway, my dad had the whole, I think it was 5 acres fenced, and the whole, there was a grass yard that he mowed in the back, and then the rest of it though was virgin timber and thick, dense forest. And when I used to come in the spring to visit, he would say, "Don't go out in the back right now, just stay on the yard, and don't go in the back because the mother cougar's having her babies and taking care of them." And I knew where that was. There was an old stump that with a den inside, and when the mother wasn't there, the cougars weren't around. After the kittens were born and they took off, like in the summer, then we would go visit the den and have a look at it. But I never actually saw the cougars. My dad saw them, kept an eye on them, monitored them, and when they were around, he would tell us not to go into the woods there. And that was usually just in the spring. So apparently, even though there's a subdivision here now, the cougars have probably had to move on from their birthing den in my parents' backyard. It's all a subdivision now, but I still see the forest where the den was is still standing in the back there. There may be a creek or something there that prevented construction of other homes. But notice the sign behind me. The cougars are still around. So they've probably been forced out of the area, but apparently are still surviving. And I don't know, it's probably not the same cougar that was there when I was a kid, but they're probably the offspring or next generation of cougars present. Okay, that big tree in the back, the broad one, a maple tree with lots of trunk that you can see, that's where their den was. Back in the old days, 1970s. Okay, this is across the street. This used to be a farm with cows, pasture. Now it's a park and a playground, as you can see. And I will step back and look at the sign posted right on the park sign is caution, cougar in area. So those are probably the relatives of our pet cougars from our backyard across the street 50 some odd years ago. Okay, thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed this. Thank you.